What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Desire Is Everything podcast. I'm one half of your co-host, Jason Wright. I'm a servant of life, mentor in the community, co-host of Desire Is Everything podcast, a clothing brand owner, Diet Fam, just somebody in life who's trying to make a way and trying to impact the world as I'm going.
And I'm the other half of your host, Coach Wright. I'm a personal development coach, creation coach, finance coach. I do all the above, and I'm just here to help impact and add value to wherever I go.
Before we get into the root question and trying to figure out who these young fellas are, who they represent, let's introduce who they are individually and what is their main goal or what is their desire in life.
Indeed.
Starting to my right.
My name Devontae Underwood. I'm the hustler. I'm StackOverShine. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. Answer your desire in life questions is to be great and teach the youth the things that I was never taught or brought up into, you know what I mean? Like having a older male figure, somebody like that to just really put me on game, teach me the, you feel me, inner routes of the business life and other aspects of life.
Fire. The Don?
All right. I'm Keanu Warren, Don Keanu Warren, the philosopher, 1/3 StackOverShine. What I desire in life, I want to be free from it all, financially and spiritually. All my life, everybody in control of my life. It's time for me to make my own decisions.
Indeed. And then the big dog of the crew.
Hey, my name Deshaun. I'm the architect of the group. What I desire in life is essentially freedom and expression of creativity.
Cold.
So that question I was talking about of who y'all represent, can y'all please let the audience know and let us know what is StackOverShine?
I want to take this one. I'll take it. StackOverShine, we just out here trying to be the gate openers for real, like trying to open the gate to anybody of, you know what I mean, any age group, any part of life, anything you got going on, and just trying to connect you, be that person that's like, I mean, if you're trying to be a painter, you're trying to be a welder, you're trying to start a business, you're trying to sell a lighter, a incense, or whatever the case is, and you don't know where to go or you don't know essentially like what next step to take, well, let me call these guys, or let me inbox these guys, or let me get in contact with them in some shape, way, or form, or maybe somebody they know, and you feel me, just network, connect, grow. I feel like that's the main thing to growing and being successful is just networking, being around the right people, being around them people that got the same mindset or you same desires as you, and just, you know what I mean, just elevating that.
Your network is your net worth.
Facts.
So people who don't get that, the greater you expand your network, the more money you can make, the more beneficial, the more value you add to not only yourself, but to your network. So always focus on adding more people to your network. Positive people, inspiring people, people who are where you are trying to get to.
Yeah. Even to add on to that though, like one thing I've been saying to both of them a little bit lately is relationships are a little bit more valuable than, positions and, the salary or the money that you can get from things, because you can get way further than you can pay for. Some rooms you can't actually pay to get into. Mm-hmm. Some things you can't pay for to do. You have to actually be known, or you have to actually do the work or be cut out to be around in certain environments and things. Like we're around people that win, we're around people that desire what they do. So it's only going to build and become fortunate into what you put your energy.
And I want to add on to that, like, what networking is as well. It's not about money at times, you feel me? It's about who you are as a person. Like I tell people, I got this far about who I am as a person, not paying through these rooms and everything, me and different people, but it's all about that leap of faith as well. If you want it, you'll take it. There's people, all of us can, but few of us will. So that's what that takes in this game.
Your character, like I said, get you in rooms. Your character will help build relationships. Because, like I said, we all have a past. I get where y'all came from. I hustled back in South Bend, moved here, hustled a little bit, but my character was never in question with people. You know what I'm saying? So people still to this day who know me for 20 years ago can say, hey, man, you was a good dude. I remember you did this. I remember you did that. It's all based on character. So like I said, the more you value your own character, the more people value you.
Exactly. Yes, sir. That's something we also trying to just tap into for the youth, or again, anybody for real. Like it can be people your age, older people, younger people, whoever the case is. Like just trying to tap in to find that your character, who you are for real. Like it's again, just whatever you desire in life and what that can be, what that may look like for you, and just trying to what you envision in whatever shape, or form that is, us be able to put that in light, put that into a figurine for you, being like, here, this is your ticket, this is your key to that door, whatever the case is, to make them next steps, make them next transitions, or just whatever it is you desire for real.
Indeed.
What impacted y'all on building that character or the morals and principles that y'all walk around with and that y'all present through StackOverShine?
I say my fault to cut it in. But this is gonna be the one that's gonna really ring consistent with us. Accountability. Like we all three grown men, and it's more than just sitting around playing Madden all day, Call of Duty. It's more than just going to work and coming home, and it's more than just making sure you get through to see the next 24 hours. You know, like those are three ways to kind of diminish your outlook and your potential. Mm-hmm. So it's just us looking around. We all find creative ways to go about making ourselves who we want to be as men, and as well as keeping up with each other. So we created and cultivated essentially a brotherhood. This is long ago before you ever see a SOS anything, but that's essentially the foundation of how we came together and who we are way before it even had a name on paper and a mission behind making sure something can happen behind it. But being accountable for what you said you're going to do. Vontae, you said you want to be a tattoo artist. Next time I see you, this man tatted up. You know what I'm saying? Keanu, you said you're going to read a book. Next time I see him, he going to be handing me 3 books. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if I telling them I want to be an artist or something, they better see something that I can produce or something I can make or something I can go around and make happen. So these are things that we just, principles we really just uphold and hold accountable for within each other.
That's beautiful.
And I want to say, too, to add on to that as well, like, where we come from, it's also branching out that it's more than life than this street character people be trying to build. Because you can look at all three, you can look at 3 of us, and we like the archetype of what it is to be from the hood. And we, like, started to, like, be ourselves more, and that's what made people gravitate us. So everybody wants to be themselves more. It's okay to be yourself and not follow the assembly line what everybody else wants to be. And that's what comes with me, the way I am and everything, how I read books. That's normal to me, while people look at that as a big achievement, which is weird that reading is a big achievement to people. But essentially, like, from tattoo artist, animal lover, to drawing, or simply appreciation of art. How where we found out was kind of looked at as not normal back then. Or as I saw Recipes Kira Toyama, they was showing just the impact how he touched everybody back then.
Even the hood was crying about that one.
The hood was real crying about that.
Hurt about that one.
But it was the principle that, like, back then it was weird to watch anime. Now everybody's been anime.
Yeah.
It's different to watch anime now. You different.
You weird if you don't watch it now. So that's why I feel like the impact is there, and people seeing the accomplishment we make now. They like, dang, y'all was just on that podcast. Now y'all here. Y'all with this. Y'all at the masquerade ball. You over there. You just. So I think basically setting the tone and example and changing the narrative from where we from.
Yeah. Putting yourself in them rooms and stuff like that. Definitely, like, we were sitting down, you know what I mean, like he said, before SOS, before all this stuff started, and just had talks with ourselves, like, of that accountability, like, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? We young, we don't wanna keep following these people that we kind of look up to, or we just around, or just we're exposed to. You know what I mean? We see these finer things. We see the rappers and stuff like that, or just scrolling down Instagram, seeing people with nice things and stuff like that. And again, money isn't everything, but being inspired by that and just wanting to, you feel me, be around them kind of people and just grow and just taking the accountability of, like, this, again, not going down the wrong path. Just how can we be ourselves and be not stagnant, just grow, just elevate, and try to change the people around us, like try to change the people's mindsets around us, because a lot of people around us was like, had that stagnant mindset. We seen it. We had them talks with them. We try to, you feel me, like, hey, Like, come join the team. Come be a part of this. We trying to not keep doing this. Sitting down, doing all these just negative things, like playing the game all day, doing stuff that shouldn't people do. People shouldn't, blah. But yeah, just putting yourselves in different positions and just growing and getting out of this. Like 9 to 5 is cool and there's like nothing wrong with that, but I want to clock into myself. I want to clock into my own clock. I don't want to be paying for the next man's car payment. I want to be paying for, you feel me, my new car, my grandma's car, my grandma's house, my mama's house, daughter, sister, aunties, uncles, being able to just put everybody in position to grow and just not be stagnant and be where we came from and just understanding that, man, there's just so much more to all of it. Like,
So let me ask you this, right? Y'all from the Far East Side, what, 42nd Post or where? Post Road?
Man,
Okay.
42nd
All of it down, okay.
post, 10th post,
So
25th post.
I moved here in 2001. I stayed west of Indianapolis since I've been here, but I was out east from 06 to 09. I ran the foot action in Washington Square.
okay.
So
Oh, you was there at the
look
height of it.
familiar.
You was there at the
I
height.
always knew I
Yeah.
knew you
You
from
was at
somewhere
the height
else.
of it.
I was that guy. So, you know, George, whatever you needed, I was that guy. But so I knew about the East Side, right? I knew about, you know, Post Road, 10th and Post, all of that. Used to hoop over there and whatnot. So what was y'all aha moment? And I'm quite sure it might have been different moments for all y'all, because for y'all to be 3 unique individuals and to come together and build something, you had to have an aha moment being from that area, being in the streets, being in the hood. What was each one of y'all's aha moment?
I think it was all of us, all for it was that one moment, RP Malaysia, when she died, just a little bitty baby. My sister, she lost her daughter, and we all just went to the house after that whole situation happened, and just being there, just seeing like just a product of the environment, like this is what could happen. Like, this is a little baby girl, you know what I mean? She ain't had nothing to do with nothing. They got into some shit because of her, you feel me, parents. And you feel me, that's when realistically, like, we sat down afterwards and was just like, I'm not trying to be a part of this stuff no more. Like, this isn't me. This isn't, you feel me? I'm not trying to be burying this little girl. Like, so I think really when that happened, that's really when stuff took a turn for us, and we really, again, sat down in that room with all our brothers and stuff like that and was like, you feel me? Let's take accountability for our actions. Like, we just sitting in these rooms, we not doing nothing. Like, this little girl just lost her life. We could be in a whole different, you feel me, environment to where no way this could have happened, you know what I mean? In anybody's position. So just when that happened, yeah, we all sat down in that room and talked and was just like, you know what I mean, what we gonna do? We're gonna do this, that, the third, and just, you feel me, it all dwindled down to us 3. It was a room full of like 6, 7 of us, dwindled down to 3. We locked in and we just made stuff happen. Like, I mean, again, just not being stagnant, trying to get out of that environment, trying to grow, get around and put ourselves in different rooms and stuff like that. Like, around people that was just same mindset as us, looked at something like that and was just like, man, that's life changing right there. Like, you know what I mean? That makes you want to get up and do something else, or it's just gonna make you want to sit and dwell in it.
Second part to that, but is it the same for you? Was that your aha moment as well?
Now, mine will be different because, on my perspective, you know, my mother fell to addiction when I was 10. That's when I left the porch. And, you know, it was more so I was forced into that.
That life.
Yeah, so, like, and, you know, when you grow up around people, drug dealers and all that, I'm a poor child. I'm wearing the same shoes every day. People picking on me. I see this man with money. So, yeah, that's, hey, teach me, please. Then, but I got over that. Then when my mother passed, I kind of, all right, moving forward from that. You know, I was 16. I just came home from being in foster care, being on probation with the state and everything. Then my niece, when she passed, well, killed, there's a difference.
Right.
You feel me? It kind of, like he said, it made us start thinking, nah, something's got to give a little bit. Then recently, I want to say the full transformation was when my girlfriend Maxine was killed back in 2022. And, you know, that was like, it was crazy because it happened at the start of the whole, when the business really started taking off. So like 2023, y'all see me, I came to events and everything. I had to bury her. And the feds ran up in our house. Father and brother was arrested and everything. So like, I shield that from everybody to know that, but that was my, nah, there ain't nothing stopping me no more. Like, after Maxine was killed, I said anybody who got my weight was getting laid down in my path of success. So that's where my aha moment was like, hey, life is too short. There's a reason you're still here. So you either make it happen or dig your own grave and be next with them.
I feel like all of the paths kind of coincide with each other, starting with where he mentioned with Malaysia, and then a little bit later within how he was working in the movies and stuff. But I can initially say like the aha moment for me was in 2018. I was just now starting my first semester at UIndy and going there, just really going to school and then being in school and then getting a call that my mom not feeling well. Then something was going wrong with her in intestines or some other sort, but it was just like it came down to making sure I have to make sure the home is okay before going to be able to get the education that I desire and need. So it was a point in time where I was trying to make it balance and work it how it could be worked, but eventually being pushed out of I couldn't really focus into the school environment. So my mother illness fell about. Following that, had met back up with Vontae, and after all of those things, we really never lost contact after high school and stuff, but it's just like getting much more back in closer bond. And then same thing with Keanu when he was just thinking about transitioning out of the movies and stuff. We actually just all sat down. Like I can literally remember the day I pulled up on Vontae and we was just sitting down talking. He was like, "Hey man, you better be here at this meeting tomorrow." I'm telling you, like it was like really like that for the beginning process.
Somebody got to shake you up like that though.
Yeah, exactly that. And even not even then though, it was just like I had a lot of different things going on my plate, starting with the business stuff and side of things. So they kind of took it in the manner of I might not be able to give my time or dedicate that to that, but these is my brothers, you know. So like. I'm making sure if they feel like they got an opportunity I can help them in, and I'm going to make sure I can do that to the fullest of its capability. So 2018, all of those stars aligned for us to just collab and make it happen. We all matured mentally to really just know we want to see better.
How old was you in 2018 when you had that aha moment?
I'm a 2000 baby, so it don't matter the year. My age is the year. So I was 18.
What about you when your girlfriend was killed? How old were you then?
I was 22, November 1st. The world was looking at takeoff.
And then what about you when your niece got killed?
when that happened, I was like 19, 20.
So 18, 22, 19,
Yeah,
20.
just young. It was recent because we all still young, 24. So, yeah, it all happened just like within the last couple of years. You know what I mean? We started our business essentially about 34 years ago. So it was just all when it just dominoes fell, stars aligned, and locked in.
Fire.
Said you had a part two to it.
That was at the age.
Oh, the ages.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, where's that? So I heard y'all talk about like people being stagnant, especially like where y'all from. How do y'all keep going in those moments of being around people that's stagnant? So it's like, do y'all separate yourself from them, or
Cut them off.
Cut them off.
Cut them off. What trivia? It was 10 of us at first. We're gonna give y'all a little insight.
Shout out my brothers, man. If
It
y'all watch
was-
this, I love y'all, man. But
He can say that. It was me and Vontae. Like I said, we missing somebody. Somebody here to make this right. Then all of a sudden he pulls. I'm like, because what Dub forgot to mention was, I saw Dub 2018. I was actually unemployed. We went to go see the movies, but I'm a made man. I saw that movie free. So we were just sitting out there. He was waiting on the shuttle bus. I'm waiting on the city bus. We just talking like, we make sure everybody cool. It's been since we saw, since we graduated. But we could tell like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. You cool, college? Yeah, it's all right. You cool at the job? Me lying. Yeah, the job's all right. Me, I ain't got no damn job. But so me and Vontae, like, it was like, remember it was COVID. That was really a big factor. We really just didn't have no job. Hey, unemployment was nice though. But, we did it right though with it. I got my first apartment, and that was like Vontae's like biggest speech to everybody else back then. We all agreed to put in money to make this happen. I got my apartment, then got into a car accident, and still put 300 in. I believed in the sacrifice. By them, it was always some excuse with it. Oh, I got this, whatever. And like stagnation it's the death of everything, bro. I'm not about to be around that no more. You feel me? I can't sit in the house. We sit here 12 hours out of our day just smoking, playing games. And I know this might be petty, but it was just like little things how I got a PS4 now. Y'all still on PS2s. Like the mindset of them is still 5 years back in comparison to mine. Cause like one thing about post road, and this is like everybody who lived out there, most people don't leave post road because everything's already out there for you not to really leave. The mall, the mall is down the street, Walmart's down the street. Over here, Kroger's over there. Nobody don't go beyond Shaylin. Like that's a real thing.
But dude,
there.
that freaked me out because, like I said, working in the malls, when I used to ask other people about the other malls, it's like, we don't go out there. I'm like, dude, I'm not even from here, and I hits every mall. Yeah, so that's, yeah, but that was, but I'm talking 10, 15 years ago. I'm talking about people I work with in the malls would be like, we don't go to the other side of town, and that blew my mind.
That's a whole different, and exactly that. Yeah, the east side is like the furthest to where you can get pushed out. After you pass, what is it, Cumberland and Washington,
Greenfield,
then you in the boonies.
Greenfield.
Then you in the boonies. So when you compare it to the west side of town, you got your Avons and stuff like that. It's next to that's the newer money. That's like right out there next to your Carmels and stuff like that. So even then, you pass Geist, it goes from Fishers to Lawrence. Like it's not you can tell the difference. So the way that the city set up, you can tell. So that type of culture, the west side like to act, they are affluent, but like to act like they don't have anything, where the east side is, we know we don't have anything, and if we had as much as opportunities or jobs or factories like the west side had, we wouldn't even be in nobody's face or way. We doing what StackOverShine is doing right now, flat out.
It's changing too, though. Like it's more warehouses in Greenfield now that's starting to open, like Amazon and all that. So it's like they starting to put money to the farm.
Yeah, because they know it's cheaper to move out there than it is to move up to a playing field and build a new factory. So they're expanding in areas where it's cheaper to move to.
It's definitely helpful. Yeah, and just to kind of go back on your question, for me, it's just like I'm a young father, so my kids always kept me motivated and wanted me to do more and exceed and give them again everything I didn't have. I never had my father in my life, so being there for them was most important to me on this fatherhood tip, like just, you know what I mean, again, giving them everything they didn't or I didn't have. And shout out my moms, but you know what I mean, woman can't teach a man how to, you feel me, be a man. So it's only so many things a woman can teach a man. So again, just trying to, I feel like that's a major part of a lot of young kids and how they are nowadays, is not having that role model, that father figure, or just a wrong father figure or role model in their life, and wanting to follow that. And just the social media just being so poisonous nowadays and just promoting that stuff so heavily, and they just thinking that's cool. And it's like, the algorithm, once you click like so many times on one post or whatever the case is, that's all you're gonna see. Yeah. That's just like, for me, I always like to go on my stuff and just search other things, business stuff, entrepreneurship, just people with the same mindset that's above me, just doing well, so I can just grow and learn from whatever knowledge they can drop to me, and bring that back to, you feel me, the youth. The people in the neighborhood, the Far East Side, everybody, you feel me, that's gravitating towards us, that's listening. You know what I mean? In a room full of 100 people, only 20 is gonna listen. And just making sure that 20 really listens and just takes whatever tangible information they can. And that could be whether it's financial, just mental, just growth of like the spirit, growth of what you take home and how you treat somebody, or just anything. Like, yeah, so my kids was definitely a big motivation to just keep going and just, yeah.
What you?
Well, for me, it's way more basic than y'all think. I literally got too much energy to be sitting in the same spot. Like, I can't sit still. Now, I have grace for the people around me. Like, okay, after 2 days or something, you ain't talking about you trying to, you know what I'm saying, prove. Like, I'm making content or something one day. On Monday, I'm making content. Wednesday, I may go to the gym. Between Monday and Wednesday, of what productivity have you done? You know what I'm saying? Like, what have you done to be productive? So it's just like, me personally, it's like, I cannot sit still. Like, they could tell you right now, like, I be bugging them. Like, hey, I just thought of this idea. Yo, I'm trying to, I'm just literally always active. So like, after you pass my grace period of, okay, this person might not have the same interests I have, or this person may be slow to develop into what they actually want to do, or not everyone has a goal or a dream. They might be comfortable right where they at. I'm the one that's overdoing it and things of that sort. So if I start to fit those descriptions of that mindset and mentality, then I have to utilize and bounce my energy somewhere else, because they got to keep going. If I have it right now, I'm not going to just let it dwindle. So
I like that.
telling you, I'll be bugging them. Like, they can tell them to pull up their logs right now. Doug called last night.
I tell him I'm off Sunday. Don't call me, bro.
I'm blowing phones
So you need a
up.
day, huh?
Yeah, like, he told me, you don't even go to church. That's not the point, bro. Don't call me.
I'm telling y'all.
Well, let me give y'all props, man, because I can't. God forgive me for my age. Just turned 48, but the
It's a
event,
blessing. Happy birthday.
man,
Just wanna
appreciate
make sure I
that.
say
Appreciate
it's
that.
publicly
Yes,
in front of
appreciate you,
everybody.
man. Look, appreciate. The event y'all threw, it was very motivational because, like I said, I've been wanting to do events for quite some time, but like I said, you just let other things get in the way, life. So to see y'all come to y'all neighborhood, put on an event, I know that y'all might have had to step out of y'all comfort zone to do it, but y'all did it, man. And great things have small beginnings. So don't be dismayed by that, because that was powerful, man. Especially, like I said, with y'all background, where y'all came from, what y'all been through, to serve y'all neighborhood, that says a lot. That really
Appreciate
does, because
that.
I believe we were all created to serve. So what made y'all put on that event? Because did y'all make any money from it?
Man,
Right.
nah.
So
We
again, what
just-
made y'all give back to y'all neighborhood on that day?
Like you said, well, first and foremost, just being uncomfortable or making yourself comfortable in uncomfortable situations, and just, you know what I mean, like you said, it's all hard. You know what I mean? It's just not easy. It's not easy to put an event together, promote it, bring all the people in, and just, you know what I mean,
Feed the people,
exactly,
have games, like
all that, and just we're not looking for no financial gain out of it. It's just the networking, the bringing people in, and y'all network, y'all talk. You want to be a roofer? I got a roofer right here. Just so happen to be here. Talk to him. You want to do podcasts? Hey, lock in, get each other's numbers, and making sure when y'all come to these events, there's no reason, shape, way, or form y'all shouldn't have left with some kind of tangible information. Whether you even bought something from somebody and took their little business card, you know what I mean? And again, I just feel like your networking is your net worth, and just, man, just like that stuff is definitely, man, just making ourselves comfortable in uncomfortable situations, and just,
Yeah,
man, looking for the best out
uncomfortable.
of it.
Talk about that. But I
Talk about
say, personally, for real, sacrifice. Like, willing to see each other. We all come to the table, good times, bad times, and I'm gonna let everybody know right now. If you think you're starting out to just make money, you're not an entrepreneur. You're just a hustler, and being a hustler isn't wrong, but you're going about it the wrong way. So you just got the wrong plan for the wrong game. But if you're expecting to make money out the gate, that's just nonsense. But we all come to the table every day, good times, bad times, and if we know we're doing this with a purpose and a message, all right. We already knew we were doing this just to let people know what we want to do. We were doing this to bring people under the same roof.
Indeed.
And to show something different of an experience than when you go to a typical networking event or something. You don't really go and play no games or something, or at least see someone else play a game. You just go and typically stand next to someone and wait for the host to talk. And after the host talk, you look left and right, and then you're gone. But our experience is really just like making sure, hey, I'm willing to sacrifice if you are, brother. And then we just move on to it on top of that and keep it growing and making it happen. So it's just like we build on our ideas and see the faith in our ideas. Like, if Keanu gonna come to the table with an idea, all right, that's what it is. Vontae gonna let us know what the play is. Okay, we got that faith and trust behind you. And that includes the sacrifice. That includes the secondhand embarrassment. It includes each and pro and con to it. So you can't just take the good. Oh, I want to be known. Oh, I want to do this. And when it's good, but when it go bad and you ain't making money, or that post only got one view, or only one person is buying from you, or something of that sort, then exactly that.
Yeah,
so just staying consistent and willing to show that we showing the sacrifice, and this is bigger than us.
Indeed. What'd you get from the event?
So for me, my grandmother is a former Black Panther. Okay. So we was brought up on serve your community and everything. And I'm like, the Huey Freeman out of all three of us.
Mm-hmm.
As you see my Facebook. So you know, first of all, what you been on? What, Juneteenth or the kickball one?
I can't
Juneteenth.
remember.
Juneteenth.
Oh,
Because I went to
yeah.
the I went to
Yeah,
both.
Juneteenth, yeah.
He went to Juneteenth.
Yeah, we ain't make money on that.
Yeah, we ain't make money on neither. It's,
Tell me which one we made money on.
It's all sacrifice.
Exactly that.
Indeed. That's serving.
whether it's our last dollar.
So
I'm a philosopher.
So that one, I want to say that one was our biggest because life was life in at 23. Yeah, it might seem me said the Jordan year and everything, but I just shared to you what I was going through that whole year. So I was in there stressing this and all that, a lot going on, collect calls from father in the midst of the event and everything. So, you know, that's what it is, bringing people together. You know, like, nah, this is an umbrella. This is a safety net. You feel me? It's already bad enough. People think.
Tragedy.
Good life.
Make sure y'all edit that.
Keep it in.
Keep it in there.
Look,
That's
keep
what
it
it
in.
It's real. Pros and cons.
Facts.
Pros and cons. Facts. Keep
Now,
that
you know,
in.
but people not knowing things, and, you know, like brother said, you come in this business game thinking you about to make some money. Nah. If you don't work, you don't get paid. You feel me? I worked my way up at the movie theater. You feel me? Like, I was slaving at 725. I was the best employee there. Made my way to the corporate world. They saw I wasn't going for none. They didn't want me to leave. I clashed heads with them and everything. They didn't want to fire me. That's how I knew my self-worth. But that's the thing. I knew my self-worth, so I quit on them. But that's the thing with people. You bring value to yourself. You come there, you invest value in yourself. Like you said, your network is your net worth. You meet somebody here, we didn't put together here. Yeah, I met them at the StackOverShine. That's me providing a resource for you. People call me now, hey, can you help me up set up this event? Do you know somebody? That's what that is with us. Same thing if I go to Monte if I need something. Yeah, I got you. If I go to Dove, I need something. That's what our communities lack. Every ethnic group got that but us. I mean, we got it. They just show the negatives. Exactly. I got to stop saying we don't have nothing because we got it, but it's the system. But they like to show that, but nah, we got these resources. You know, you say you've been on the west side. We know Riverside is everybody from the west side and everything, but the Far East have their own thing. We just so geographically so cut off from everybody. A lot of people don't know that being at Dewberry is a normal thing out there. Far East Side reunion and everything. You know, people think we just out there just killing people, whatever, and everything. Nah, we be chilling and all that. Then we might go do that, you feel me? But
Nah, man, nah.
you feel me? But they just exaggerate that. And then, but it'd be like, that's not what happens. Like, and then one thing we was experiencing in the business where everywhere we go, we from Post Road. Oh, damn, bro. What you mean by that? Like, it's automatic. You was at the Let's Talk About Life. The whole room was just like,
So why don't you say we from StackOverShine instead we from the Far East Side, we from Post Road?
Oh, you gonna have everybody out east come at us, man. Come
No,
on.
and
Trying
don't.
to always
Okay,
say
so
come
let
at
me
us,
help y'all
man.
out with being the old head. When I represent the East Side of South Bend, right? I was gang affiliated, but I wasn't a gang member. But at some point, what message are you trying to convey as a businessman? So if you go into a room and say I'm from the Far East Side, and either the Far East Side has a stigma, or the businessman is not concerned with where you're from geographically, he's concerned about what value you're bringing. So again, yeah, you can always represent your set, represent where you're from, but as a businessman, you represent StackOverShine, you represent your kids, you represent your mother and father.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so don't get offended when you walk in a room and you mention you from the Far East Side, because that's not who you're representing at that moment. You're representing a legacy.
That's
Change the
major.
narrative. That's
For
all.
sure. For sure.
Indeed.
I wanted to build on top of the point you had made with saying the network is a network because we here now and you guys were there, you know, and it's just like showing proof of concept secondly, because if we were to talk to you guys and be like, we want to do these events and we want to, and we keep telling we want to do something, and it's just like, okay, we know you want to do it. When are we going to be able to be a vendor
gotta
at
do
your
it.
event?
Yep.
When are we going to be able to, so showing the proof of concept of our ambition. So just making sure we build on that and then letting the people know around us that we're willing to invest in ourselves just as much as we are with our attention and our resources into someone we deem to be around us. So that's just a lot of what it goes into. as far as that mindset.
And you fail forward. Your event was a success. You could have failed, but you didn't. Because the first thing you got to do is show up for yourself, and y'all did that. So, again, I commend y'all for that.
Appreciate that.
And just not looking for nothing out of it, just the networking and just growing and just, building that contact list, not only for us, but for everybody around us.
And then most events I've been to, they have been sold out, but you ain't the first person who told us about that event, how it wasn't like super packed, but it was the vibe of this is a neighborhood friendly thing, you feel me? And it's like, it's substance to it. Everybody in here know each other. We went to high school, we grew up with each other. My mother knew your mother, you feel me? And that goes off what brother was saying too, how we first met y'all actually. He actually signed Sean to the event. I didn't know until we was at the Stop Procrastination event. I got to the StackOverShine. They're like, "That's you?" And I'm like, "Who's you?" And he was like, "I'm coming to your event." Oh, so I'm texting, "Hey, bro, who is this?"
They just inviting people.
But that's one thing I've seen that's made it so powerful that it's three of us. So a lot of people don't be knowing who is who. They be like, "Dang."
Yeah, you out making a connection, you making a connection, you making a connection.
And we have got that, are y'all a gang? Are y'all organization? Are y'all this or whatever? Nah, we just collective individuals who out here changing narrative. And I compare it, like I say, Wu-Tang Clan, because they have that structure, how non-members have their own audience, but together they still Wu-Tang. But this can be RZA. This can be Old Dirty. This can be Ghostface. It's still that we all, when we together, we Voltron. That's just what it is.
I like that.
Yeah. And just all having three different personalities. And, he's got a different thought on something, he's got a different thought on something, and I do too. And being able to still come to common ground on something and just, again, expanding that stuff and expanding the knowledge. And that's a good thing about us is we are different. We are three different backgrounds, three different, stories. So we just look at things in all three different perspectives, and it helps us to be able to, all right, now I can understand your perspective. Now you can understand mine. And now how can we compound that? How can we, again, just make it grow and be better and be great?
Indeed.
So with the three different personalities, I'm happy you brought that up. So I know y'all all got different nicknames for y'all roles in the group. Where does that originate from or come from?
You sitting next to the man.
He's the creator.
Yeah, point him out. He right there.
I start, man. They call me the hustler because, again, I'm a young father. So at a young
And then on
age-
top of that, oh, my fault.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was about to say, on top of that, once you answer that, do y'all have definitive roles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just to wrap mine's up. Mine's is simple. I'm a young father, you know what I mean? And just, so the hustler in me just always, prevailed, like paying bills, diapers, new cups, new pair of underwear, new pack of diapers, new this, new that, every 2 days because they don't stop growing. And so, I always had to make something happen, make $1 one way or another. And again, that just kind of what brought StackOverShine together also. Is just, I ain't like the dollars I was making. Them was dirty dollars. I was trying to clean it up a little bit. Again, change that narrative for myself, for the Far East Side, and my kids. I don't want them to grow up under that,
So you the treasurer of the group.
Yeah, that's why they call me the hustler. Yes, sir. I deal with the finance.
Oh,
That's the treasurer.
So this how we delegated my fault. I know you're gonna go next, but he trying to point out who the financial executive operation. So
like
we don't
that.
even do the chief officer. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna profess as CEO, but that's executive financial officer operation. So
I like that.
That's how we operate. Go ahead, brother. My bad.
So like with the names and everything, and it's what they said. It coordinates well. That's why I picked it because, I call Vontae the hustler, CFO of the group. It's the spirit in it, and it's always been like that. I ain't never met no man who caught a fish with a stick and a string before.
Oh, whoa.
Man,
Whoa. He's
let him know
serious.
about it.
He's
We going there
serious.
today.
This is where the name originated from. And as a kid, I remember Vontae just always had a way to make money. And it would be the most extremist things. It was like, this was Ed and Eddie. Something was about to give. I'll never forget. He's like, look, you trying to make some money, I'm on punishment. I can't leave the porch. What? Throw away these rats for me. Because he he has snakes and everything. Hey, he's like, I'll pay you $10, you just throw this away somewhere. This thing. So me and Doug, we threw it in the lake and floated back up. Damn. So we threw it in the trash. I mean, I got paid, so that's why I call him like the spirit of him, because always had that. And this before being a young father, it was just natural that, you know, we grew up poor. We was bust out to the rich school, Raymond Park and everything. So it's like, nah, we wanted more. And that's why I said, nah, Vontae is the hustler of the group. The spirit in him, that's what he wants. He wants to be better. He wants more for himself and everything. Then I call Dub the architect. As a kid, Dub was always want to make something run efficient. Always thinking to intertwine how this works. That's always been done since we were children. Like from when he used to draw to how he used to play ball. He used to play ball back then, or when he played baseball, he was like, nah. He used to put me and Vontae on game saying he ain't gonna do it because look how he's posing. It's not efficient. You feel me? And so we brought it last week. He said, yeah, that's why we lost that season, because he thought it was good to swing the ball at him, and cool. So, you know, then with me, the philosopher of the group, that came with deep reading. I was always kind of a vocal child. My mother raised me to ask questions. Always. She said, I'd rather you ask questions than look stupid. Now, when I started asking her questions, it became a problem.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's that give or
Certainly.
take with it. Don't ask me questions. Do as I say, not as I do. That was her motto. So, you know, I want to say 2019, I really got back into reading again, because I always had the highest reading level in school, but I hated reading. School makes you hate reading. Yeah. I ain't trying to read about, Macbeth. I swear to God, I hate. I don't care about her.
Mice and men.
Hey, that made me cry. That's why I really stopped reading. I'm like, bro, ain't no way this just happened. But it's too deep. It's too deep. But, you know, so 2019, I was really trying to find myself again. You feel me? I left my job the first time. Didn't really know what to do. Then out of nowhere, I asked my mentor, hey, you got the Art of War? He just gave it to me. Then after that, my God, I was like, nah, read the 48 Laws of Power. I know that's a controversial book. I'll do that person. But, you know, I respect the book because it led me to other books. And I tell people this wasn't I read this book and I'm like this. No, this took trial and error. I read as a healing method to me to learn more, always crave more knowledge. How can I apply this? To the point, my character is really gray now. And you can ask them, like me and those have a conversation, you know, he was like, brother, you manipulative. I know what he meant, but I was like, I crashed like Machiavellism. There you go.
Nah, you ain't. He'll literally let me sit here and have a whole, and both of them will. This is something, now I'm putting y'all out there. I ain't gonna lie. So we was discussing something with somebody not too long ago about actually the developing of our brand and stuff of that sort, right? So it got to a point in the conversation where they already had talked to the guy. This is the day before I had actually came over to like, okay, piece everything together and pick up the crumbs and pick up, a miss meeting. So,
bro, you gonna say something?
I get in and I'm sitting here talking with them. So they present the idea of talking about the logo. So we were talking about the logo and things of that sort. And then it got compared to a negative connotation, if you will. So we went as far as to talk about, well, is Macy's negative? Are they negative when you think of Macy's? You don't think about a German brand, do you? You just think about a Karen, if you will. Right. But essentially, the point of the discussion was, I'm just defending, like, our brand is okay how it is. No one, this is what it is. This is how far we already got our foot in the mud. Once you pull it up, it's gonna be dirty, So it got to a point where we were talking for like 30 minutes and I realized like they stopped talking. So I'm like, y'all just gonna let me just sit here and actually, I'm looking at Keanu, I'm like, so you ain't gonna say nothing. Look at Vontae, you ain't gonna say nothing. Just got me looking goofy. So that was one time they really had me I was really baffled with myself, man. Really baffled.
That, bro, me and Fonte, it was the same conversation that person just have a night beforehand, and it goes back to the reading stuff. I was looked at as weird because I read. I wasn't no street nigga, no real nigga because I read books. It was like, what? And Vontae, like, he came in and was like, hold on, what happened now? Look how he is and everything. He said, because he's different? So Vontae asked him, so if Nunu jump off the bridge, you gonna follow him? Yeah. Vontae, whoa, wait, what? Vontae making sure, did I say something? Let me repeat this. So I'm eating my cornbread while Vontae's talking because I already made my decision in this conversation. Like, hey, you go ahead and talk. I just invited you over here to calm things down. So Vontae was like, if he jump off the bridge, you gonna follow him? Yeah. Bro, what? So now he got so flared up. He was like, you over here calling him weird because he read books, he ain't a gangster, all that. He probably the most dangerous one in the room right now. And then my older brother, you know.
Shout out Wes.
Shout out Wes. Representing him. Shout out Wes. So like, and that's why I started learning growing up how Wes is like, nah, don't listen to nobody like that. He said, you always respect the quiet one in the room. He said, you read. He said, you ain't no street dude to me. He said, you really, he said, it came down to you like the boss of something. Somebody I didn't even know who was controlling stuff. And you know, so like, that's when I started reading books more. And this is where the Don stuff started coming from. And I look as I'm serving my community, not to extort nobody. Like, nah, what do you need? What can I do to help you? And I know when to control myself when I need to aggression or passive aggression. And I learned at the job, you know, like they give you a manual about leadership all day long, but it don't matter until you actually in that position where every decision you make matters. When you are a leader, you forfeit the ability to say that it's not your fault. And working at that movie theater really taught me a lot. Like, I was one of the well-respected managers there. I never called myself a manager. I was a leader to them. And I also taught them the same books I read to make them better themselves. Now, some of them took it, became corrupt with it. That's natural. Humans going to do what they do. Some of them became true successors with it. And, you know, I explained that to them as well. Like, when I tell you stress, I read this, it might help you. Dub, you want to someone come from, read this, you feel me? Put my brother, put my father on. And, you know, my father looked at me as funny. Sometimes they thought I just didn't have no heart about stuff. I said, no, I got heart. I just.
Calculated.
Exactly. It's like, I'm not manipulative. I'm just very calculative a person. So that's where the whole philosopher came in from. I'm like, nah, I study what I do. I look at things. People be like, 48 Laws of Power is about manipulation and everything, whatever. I said, but you tell your kids Santa Claus is real, right? They be like, well, that's nah. You tell your kids so they can be good. Santa Claus is real. And you fall for that big holiday sale every time each year. Who's really being manipulated right now? Exactly. So when I dive into stuff like that, and y'all see my Facebook post, I'll be saying stuff. Y'all be like, oh, it's about to get real in these comments. I don't provoke it. I just put it there and I log out. I'll be back and see what happens.
Let's see what y'all do with this.
So, you know, all three of us, that's what makes us powerful as a group. You feel me? That was like growing up. You fought me, you was fighting him. And him. You fought him, you fighting me. So all three of these minds together, it's a dangerous trio you dealing with.
Three-headed dragon.
And that's where I call it Cerberus. Yeah.
Greek mythology.
Exactly. I call it Cerberus and everything. And that's where all three of the names fall in line from as CEO, TFO, COO, architect, the philosopher, CFO. That's where all the names originated from, and that's where it all comes together. There would never be another group like this.
Make sure of it.
So what y'all got coming up next for this year, next year? What's the plans in the future if y'all could share with us?
We trying to drown the community with events, just bringing people together. We got a event coming up March 30th, Sip and Paint. Y'all tap in, tune in, get with it, be there. So we're going to do that. We got, again, just trying to be on top of events, making them sacrifices, making them happen, bringing people together in one way or another, and just putting a spin on it all. We got our clothing brands out right now. We trying to put that out there just so, again, some people can take home as tangible, you feel me? And when you wear them out in public, oh, where'd you get that from? Who's them? This, that, and the third. And you bring us up. They might be one to start a bill. Oh, that's who I need to contact. And you feel me? Just networking and just just growing our brand through the network.
Give us some more info on the sipping paint. Where is it at? How much it costs? How can we get a ticket?
March 30th, we ain't gonna spill all the beans. March 30th is gonna be at P30. Tickets ain't really been out yet. We ain't even put a number on it because we still getting all the inner workings and stuff together. But definitely, once we get all that stuff together, you gonna know about it.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure you shoot us the info. Y'all plan on doing what, Eventbrite?
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Okay.
I already got it all set up. Just waiting on the day to really start putting it out there, pushing it and promoting
Yeah.
it.
Keep us in the loop.
Nah,
Yeah,
definitely.
even then, I want to let you guys know, my fault, brother. I'm just letting them know about these two things. Real quick. I got you. What you was gonna say first? Go ahead. Go
Well, I was
ahead.
about to say Juneteenth. It's
Let them know.
You're running back.
the 4th year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amen.
Feel me?
It's that.
That's like, I watch wrestling. That's like our WrestleMania events. That's the biggest one. Then individually, my memoir is gonna be coming out later on this month. I feel like you can finally know who I am now. You know, life achievement. 24 years old. I wrote a memoir. That's coming out for me.
Indeed.
All right. So, StackOverShine is involved with working with the Learning Tree.
Okay.
We just announced. Shout out to my girl Jada. She working with us. We're working to bring the east side of. I want to call it a platform or a safe space called Poetic Justice. So essentially, we're just like we're in this environment right now. We'll take a movie like Menace to Society, and let's say the last scene before, you know what I'm saying, what happened to Kane, right? So you have an interpretation about what happened. You have one, and so on and so forth, right? We all speak on what stood out to us individually, but seeing how we all can find relativity within our background and within the mission we want to push forward in our intuitiveness, then we centralize the mission of, okay, well, you probably understood like he should have been a great father at the end. Then you would probably think, well, Cain wasn't wrong for leaving her, or, you know, so now we're trying to find out, like, these are conversations about what's going on in our community. So we're just utilizing art, like music, film, poetry, things of that sort to invoke a conversation in a safe space where, you know, it can develop and grow from there. And then following that, we're going to be involved with them as well in May for a 3-day conference called the Common Ground Gathering. So essentially, think about an international turnpike of locations. Like we are the crossroads of America, actually. So
Facts.
essentially bringing the crossroads of America into the AMP building and utilizing that platform and space to meet somebody that's probably from New Mexico all the way to New York, Delaware, Maine, something of those sorts, just pushing the same mission or something that could be of use, or just any of those things, just getting in the mix in that. So we're going to be hosting our own segment within that. So just look out for that this May.
Yeah, definitely. Again, just trying to populate the city with events, whether it's our event or somebody else's event. Just trying to promote it, because again, just networking, promoting people, promoting the things they trying to push. You know what I mean? It might align with us, it might not all the way align with us. You might have a car wash business, and we're gonna promote it like it's ours, because you never know who might be watching our platform and vice versa. You know what I mean? You might have somebody watching yours and give us a call. And yeah, so yeah, that's what our main focus is, with going to all these events, hosting events, and just being a part of things, and just, you know what I mean, tapping into people that we want to be in these rooms with, for real. Like, that's just trying to help us grow, we help them grow, or you give us some kind of information that's gonna help us, you know what I mean, be more successful, or be more tangible, or more hands-on when we do our events, like, you know what I mean? Because we do like to do our events different. You know what I mean? We have our networking events, but we ain't trying to just have a bunch of tables just sitting around and you walk around and then you leave. Like Dub said, we trying to, you feel me? You might go to this table and you go over here, we might be doing something over here, a little game, a little spin the wheel, a little 360 table, a little just interactive section for the kids, for the older people, just whoever it is, just making our stuff different and stand out. So yeah, networking is our main focus right now, and just, you know what I mean, promoting.
And I want to say, pushing the culture of it's the Naptown Renaissance. You know, it's starting to catch wind, but it started here first. Started with us.
It started at StackOverShine,
Indeed.
man.
That's a fact.
It started on the Far East We gonna say that too.
Yeah.
So, like pushing that forward, like, nah, this is what it is. All-Star game was great. You feel me? We was at the penthouse, met people and everything. Now I realize starting to catch on. You know, the NBA commissioner said he liked the city. That's a sign they coming back.
Oh yeah.
And
That
we
puts
got
on.
March Madness this month to speak. Not even, we not allowing ourselves to get stagnant.
Hey man.
Like, that's just a major thing. So even then, personally, I can catch all of us making sure we support people like y'all. Like, we seen you in action at the Melly Showroom, doing your thing, working, grinding. So we at events, we getting in spaces and places, making sure we learn about who's in the city and our environment, trying to push and do the same thing and grow and be better, and who really serious about their craft. So, yeah, we working with who's working.
Facts. So go ahead and let people know where they can find y'all. Stay updated on y'all events or whatever y'all drop. Let the people know where they can find y'all at.
At StackOverShine on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and any other social media site you could think of. TikTok, all that. Yeah.
We got a website or working on that?
No, we ain't got no
Definitely.
website. We just social. We just trying to promote, you feel me? Just trying to, yeah.
We got a link tree, though.
We do got a
Say
link
less.
tree to follow everything.
So go straight to the IG, StackOverShine on Instagram. Tap that link. You can get access to all of our previous interviews. You can get to our LinkedIn, all of, everything else up under there.
Bet.
Even our individuals, Vontae with 3 underscores.
Yeah, I got
Underscore
underscore
mystery, man.
VONTEE, 3 more underscores.
You can follow me, Don Keanu, on all platforms. The non-social.
I got, you can follow me at the non-social one. You can catch me at the non-social one gallery, the NS1 gallery, where you can get your lighters. We got
Promote that.
incense. This pack of incense. Shout out to Brittany and Poisson Styles. This is Poisson's gallery. If you want to smell that, that's come with a lighter in there. We pay $15, but
I
it
ain't no instance will smell that good.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly
what I
that.
said.
So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, you
It's
gonna
so
catch me
good.
at the gallery, just trying to bring art into a different conventional way that everybody adapting and bringing it in. One thing we gonna keep going is digital equity. So yeah, catch me at the NS1 gallery, the non-social one on Instagram, StackOverShine, Twitter, IG, Facebook, all that.
For sure. I don't want to backpedal or nothing a little bit, but I just want to say this too. If you watch us for real, like, we are 3 different people. I do my own thing. I got my kids. I work. I do this. Memoir, book reader, this, that, and the third. Dub, he's got his lighters, his incense, and stuff like that. So again, it's just nice to have, you know what I mean? We 3 different people doing 3 different things and just expanding and just growing, networking. How can you do this? How can you mass produce some incense? How can you mass produce some books? How can I become a better father? Just what can I do with my life that, you feel me, make myself better, whatever the case is. And then just using the networking is just a tool for that. And I love how we operate for real.
Nah, me too, bro. Like my pop said earlier, I gave y'all flowers, man. Y'all definitely putting on. So
Man,
keep it
y'all
going.
putting on. I peeped that lead with love.
That's my man's
That
right
was
here.
really compelling. Like, that was like, that's worth that brand really something that StackOverShine respects. And something like that is
One of
not
my
minor,
favorite
especially
hats.
with both of us being parents. I'm becoming one, so I had watched that. I appreciate that. I had watched that, and it had really put a different perspective into what parenthood could become or could be for me. So
It's a
I
beautiful
want to
thing,
say
man.
y'all doing y'all thing. Nobody, don't worry about who ain't watching, because y'all got us watching.
Appreciate
yeah,
that.
we here for y'all.
We
Appreciate
gonna
that.
make sure everybody who watching us, watching
One
y'all.
more question.
Come on, man.
How long did y'all anticipate this episode to happen?
For a while.
When I hit you, it was like, oh, you finally coming up. Because, like, I saw the hints every time we ran into each other. It's like, so we going to come on the show. And I'm like, hey, listen, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. You feel me?
Oh.
Yeah, you know, Nunu, he's calculated with his moves,
Yeah,
man.
he's special, ain't he?
Man.
A unique individual.
Now we gotta be ready though. Gotta get ready.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. It got to hit right.
No, for sure.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Well, appreciate y'all brothers for being here. We thank y'all for tuning into another episode.
Sir. Come on, man. Why we gotta go through this, man?
What's up?
Who shuts it down, man? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, lay the
it
law,
happen.
pop. Yeah, lay the law,
Man,
pop.
what's wrong with him, man?
Lay the law.
Let him start it.
Yeah, you gotta lay the law.
No, but no. In all seriousness, I truly believe that you create the lifestyle you desire, right? And with y'all background, y'all are proving that your environment doesn't always make you who you are. Y'all let y'all environment actually improve y'all life because y'all saw the dangers, y'all saw the horror, y'all saw the murders. And like I said, when I left South Bend, I left because God told me, you can go to jail, you can go to grave, or you can get up out of here. And I thought he told me that to save my life, but it was actually for the life of everyone I impacted. So the impact that y'all are making, not only on the Far East side, but citywide, and it's going to be global at some point, you are creating that. And that's because of your desire to impact other lives, your desire to serve, your desire to be more than what your neighborhood says you can be. Come on, man. So that's a major thing. So I'm so proud of y'all for not being conformed.
No, I appreciate that. We can't take that lightly at
Yeah,
all.
you can't, because like I said, y'all are doing this for a reason. It's bigger than y'all. So whatever y'all do, keep this bond, keep the stack over the shine. You know, keep the defined roles, keep the originality, but keep the heart of service. At the end of the day, what is your why? And always think of that. If you ever have any doubts, y'all doing this for a reason.
Yes, sir.
We made sure, got to give other person their credit, we made sure that our kids didn't see certain things growing up that we saw. And it was all for a purpose, because now we have 3 successful kids. So you have children. Your children are going to be successful for the things that you're doing. Your kids, niece, nephew, whatever you got, yours as well. They're going to be successful because of y'all. And one day they can look at the mantelpiece and see y'all picture and say, my daddy did this, my grandfather did this, my uncle did this for me. So stay on, keep the stack over the shine, and make sure your desire stays everything. Die.